The overthinking that came with it was really a lot. What if this happens to me? What if someone puts something in my drink? So you are manifesting this outcome for yourself. Hey guys, welcome back to another video. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you my first ever experience at a concert. But I was thinking, how can I adapt this to my YouTube channel with my niche in my YouTube channel of self-development and bettering yourself? And I was thinking, let me make a video of how to stop or how to reduce overthinking. During this concert, during my time at this concert, yes, it looks like I'm having a lot of fun, and I did. It was one of the best nights of my life. The overthinking that came with it, especially before the actual concert, was really a lot. But I was able to overcome it, and I was able to still go to the concert and still enjoy it a lot. Can this stop? Sorry guys, I'm just gonna try. So first of all, this was my first ever concert. So obviously I was a little bit worried. Then my dad started telling me, oh, you know, you need to be careful at concerts. There's a lot of people. There's a lot of, I don't know if I can even say this, but there's a lot of pills. There's a lot of illegal drinking, stuff being put in drinks, people getting really hurt, stuff happening to people. And I started overthinking, obviously, what if this happens to me? What if someone puts something in my drink? I was thinking of all the worst case scenarios, even though prior to my dad telling me this, I was literally so excited. So this is literally an example of how one little trigger, one little thing that somebody could say could trigger a whole chain of thoughts and emotions and overthinking. And it's always to the worst case scenario. And it's so annoying because it stresses me out so much. Multiple days, like 2 weeks before I went to this concert, I was generally considering not going because of all this overthinking that I had been doing. So whilst I share with you clips through my concert and of my concert where I had the best time ever and there was literally no need to overthink because nothing bad happened. Literally, it was the best experience ever of my life. I was giving you some tips of how I overcame the overthinking and actually went to the concert without letting the overthinking take control. Make overthinking unpleasant. Because if you think about it, overthinking is such a waste of time. Imagine everything you could get done and everything you could do in the time that you spend overthinking. Look at all that time that you are wasting overthinking about irrelevant, fake scenarios that won't even happen. I'm not even gonna say probably because that's gonna lead to overthinking. They won't happen. They won't not probably happen, they will not happen. This time spent overthinking could be time spent living. So just think about how much time is wasted. Whatever you think, whatever you continue to believe, whatever thoughts and manifestations you form in your head, they will become true. And if you constantly put these thoughts in your head, if you constantly create these scenarios and replay them constantly, they will become a thing. They will manifest themselves into reality. So you are manifesting this outcome for yourself. Once you start to think that way, you're like, no. Every time you think of something bad or every time you try to create a bad negative scenario or overthink, you're going to have a switch go off in your brain like, I have to stop thinking like this because it will actually happen. It's not just a thought, it will actually happen. You're going to manifest it to happen. It's literally controlling your life. It's literally taking over your thoughts and decisions and making them for you. Like, look, if I let overthinking control my decision whether I should go to this concert or not, I would have missed out on one of the best nights of my life. And if you keep doing that to yourself, if you keep letting overthinking take control of your decisions, take control of your actions, take control of your thoughts, you're going to miss out on some of the best times of your life. You have to confront your thoughts. So speak them out loud to yourself. Remind yourself how stupid it is. So let's say in your brain, I don't know, I'm going to keep relating it to the concert. But let's say in my brain, I tell myself, what if there is a massive attack at the concert and, I don't know, I get taken away from my family, blah, blah, blah. Thinking about that in my head is okay. But then once I say it out loud, it actually sounds so stupid. Like, let's be honest. This is the worst case scenario. Say it out loud and face it. Face how stupid it is. Face how silly it is to think about it in this way and to form this scenario that will not happen. That you keep telling yourself will happen, but it will not happen. You have to confront it. You have to voice it and say it out loud, because that's when you'll realize how stupid it is and how much of this overthinking is actually bull, like actual bull. No one knows who you really are. No one actually knows who you are as a person other than yourself. So let's say you ask someone how their mum is. They might say, oh, she's really well, she's doing really good, yeah, we have a really good relationship. And let's say you ask that person's sister how they think their mum is doing, and they'll be like, oh, I don't think she's doing too good, blah, blah, blah. People have completely different experiences and views of you. No one really knows who you are, how you are, and what you are. So overthinking about other people's opinions of you is just not going to work, because everyone has a different opinion of you. It works both ways, because if you're overthinking for somebody else, you don't actually know who that person is. You don't know what they're feeling, what they're thinking, how they're doing, because you don't know that person enough to know and be responsible for how they feel or what actions they take. No one knows who I am. What's the point of overthinking if they don't know who I really am? Realize no one cares about you and no one knows who you really are. You are in control of who you are and what you do and the actions you take to do certain things with your life. Think about this. When you go to a new city, a new country, you're never going to see those people again. If you trip on a curb, if you, fall over, if you do this, if you do something embarrassing there, those people will never see you again. You're never going to see those people ever again. What is the point of overthinking about this small little thing you did that they probably, thought was funny for 1 second and then forget about it for the rest of their lives? Nobody cares about you that much to constantly think of the embarrassing moment you just did. This even applies to school. School is a bit different because you go there every day for a certain amount of years, but still I like to put in my brain, in a few years I'll never see these people again. I'm going to grow up, I'm going to do all these things, get my own successes, everybody else is going to get their own successes. Nobody's going to remember about that embarrassing thing you did in class, the question you answered wrong. No one's going to care because nobody does care enough to replay that moment in your head as much as you're replaying it right now. You do something embarrassing at school, you do something embarrassing at work, you do something anywhere, everyone else has already moved on. Why are you holding on to it? You're just going to manifest more of that to happen. You have to face the truth. Is what you are thinking really going to become a reality? Is it truthfully to yourself when you think about it, is it a fact? Is it going to happen no matter what? Because 99.9% of the time, the things we overthink about are not going to happen because they are simply not reality. They are so absurd, or they are so random or specific, there's no way it's going to happen. It's just not real. The reason why your brain is making these scenarios and making these false things is because we see it in TV shows, we see it in the news, we see it in TV series, we see it on YouTube, we see it all in the media in real life. And we think that just because it's happened in a TV show, which is fake, it's going to happen to us. That is not reality. It's a TV show. It's not a real thing. The same as your overthinking thoughts, they are not real thoughts. They're not going to become real because they are not reality. Will this logically actually come true? When you get a thought in your head, ask yourself, is this true? Is this logically going to happen? Can I logically explain how this is going to happen? Give you an example. You go for a job interview, you're perfect for this job, your person specification is really good, you match the job description really well, you're very highly skilled, you have a lot of degrees and a lot of experience behind yourself, and you don't get the job. This doesn't mean that you're a bad person or that you're bad at this job. It's simply they found somebody else who can also do your job. You are just not fit for that specific job. It doesn't mean you're not skilled, you don't have the qualification, you're not really good in this specific area. This just means this job wasn't for you. Another thing, let's say you're in a relationship and you message that person and they leave you undelivered for a good day. That doesn't mean they don't love you anymore or that they don't like you anymore or they don't want to talk to you. Maybe they're busy, maybe they just haven't been on their phone. I don't know, maybe they've got a new phone number, maybe their phone is broken, maybe they just haven't had time to reply to your message. People don't care enough for you to take account for your overthinking. If you overthink, other people can't do anything about it. That is your problem that you need to confront it and you need to face the reality of they're not real. They're not facts. They're fake scenarios that you're creating in your head, and you have to just confront them. Practice mindfulness. So I'm also going to bring religion into this a little bit, and also if you are not religious, then you can kind of relate this to your own family, your own circle, your own community. The more used your brain gets to feeling calm and relaxed, the easier it is for you to be able to bring that feeling upon yourself. So let's say you practice meditation, you practice gratitude, you practice journaling. Every time you meditate, that is training your brain to be able to get into that state of mind that is calm and relaxed, that there's no overthinking involved, that is just a clean slate, and your brain is just clear and focused. The more you do that, the more you're going to develop the skill, and the more you're going to be able to switch your brain off in situations of overthinking. So let's say somebody triggers you and you're already starting to overthink. The more you develop this skill of meditation, gratitude, gratefulness, mindfulness, the easier it is for you to switch off your brain and go into this state of calmness. The more you practice mindfulness, the more you practice meditation, journaling, positive affirmations, it's just going to be easier for you to be able to switch the brain off and switch off the overthinking thoughts. Then we have religion. Specifically for me, I am Christian, Catholic, and I believe in God. I pray to God, I love God. During a time of overthinking and during a time where I am struggling, I'll always turn to God. I'll pray to Him and I'll feel relaxed because it feels like I just let myself out to someone. Always feel so reassured after praying. So let's say I did this actually multiple times before my concert. I would pray multiple days before my concert. I would pray every single night, God, please make sure that I am safe on my way to this concert whilst traveling. I'm asking you to keep me safe, to form like a protection bubble around me, and to ensure that we have a good time at this concert. And then I'd present my gratefulness, my gratitude. I'd be like, I'm so grateful for the experiences you've allowed me to have so far. I'm really grateful for being able to even have the opportunity to go to this concert. And this way, I'm not only practicing being mindful, I'm not only practicing gratitude, but I'm also releasing the emotions. I'm getting reassured because I know that God will protect. I know that God is listening to me, and I know that He knows I mean it. If you are not religious, then I really recommend you get a therapist. Because to me, talking to God is like my therapist. He always makes me feel so much better. He might not be saying stuff back, but I know He's doing things in my life the way I ask Him to and the way I pray about it. Even though it's not instant, I know He's doing it, I know He's working on it. A therapist might even actually be better for you because it'll be instant. You will say something, you'll be able to express your emotions to your therapist, and your therapist will be able to help you and talk you back and suppress those thoughts and help reassure you that those are not going to happen. So being able to let out those thoughts to someone and ask for help and kind of ease yourself is very, very important. So those are my points about how to stop overthinking. I had such a great time at the Travis Scott concert, my first ever concert, and I loved it so much. I hope you enjoyed watching it throughout this video, and I hope you learned something about being able to suppress those overthinking thoughts, because no matter what, I'm always going to overthink. I'm sorry, but I'm such a bad overthinker, but with these skills and with these tips, I'm able to suppress my overthinking as much as possible and kind of overcome them and still make my own decisions and be able to control my life. Thank you guys for watching and have a great day.